Bienvenidos al podcast de Visibilidad Anton. Hoy al podcast ha venido Anton del proyecto Roble Store. El podcast de hoy lo vamos a hacer en inglés para facilitar la conversación con Anton y cualquier duda que tengáis sobre todo lo que los comentarios, pero lo dicho, la idea de hoy es que lo hagamos en inglés. Hello Anton, how are you?
Hello Giuseppe, I'm good, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. So thank you so much for inviting me here and to participate in your podcast. Let's go.
Thank you for coming, because it's what I said out of microphones that I said is that this project I like so much. I think that we need that more projects come like yours based on their niche, and then from the niche you expand to other markets in Europe. But for someone that don't know Roble Store, explain us more or less what it consists the main project.
Okay, so actually it's not a long story. We started in 2019, I think it was June, and we registered the company which is behind Roble Store, it's Man's network. So our primary goal was to start selling on Amazon and selling oak wood furniture, solid oak wood furniture. The history behind that I've been living in Spain since 2014, and I was always surprised that there is not a great selection of furniture actually, comparing, for example, to Northern European countries. So here in Spain, you can buy whether a cheap Chinese-made stuff, or you can go to higher price tag with expensive furniture. But quality and average priced or medium priced furniture, it's almost impossible to buy. That was the idea to start with Amazon, and because it allows you to start like in 2 days. You just need an account and you need a product, you need some stock, and right away you can start. So the first year was so, and then COVID came and changed everything. It was the time when people started to buy online massively, and we got into this flow. And in April 2020, actually, that was the time when the lockdown started. Our sales almost tripled. And then it was only the question of, setting up your business in the right way. So we started a website, we started advertising in Google and so on. And we opened the showrooms. Now we got a traction. I think we came to the revenue of almost 5 million euros per annum.
You explained like it was easy, but what I think the main project, what I understand is that you want to start in Amazon, and nowadays you are using Amazon as well as a channel, or the main channel is the website Shopify. Yeah.
No, now Amazon is not it's not a part of our strategy. We just have some products listed there, but we invest almost all our efforts in our own web store, because we believe that in this way we can provide more value to our customers. And Amazon is really not a reliable, partner for sellers, because sellers are always at the tail of all the decisions that Amazon makes. Now our strategy is to develop Roble Store as an international European retailer of modern solid oak wood furniture. I say modern because when you say oak wood furniture, normally what occurs to you is your grandmother old chest of drawers, which is made of oak, I don't know, in the 50s. But we are trying to incorporate, a modern Nordic style design into all our pieces. And I think we're getting good at it.
Talking about the niche that you start, and the first time that we met each other, I explained you about, okay, if you want to pair in Google, we need to focus in a niche based on your catalog. And we start to talk about the main material, that is Roble. And this is the main focus until these 2 years. We are working on SEO and Google Ads. Why you choose this kind of material? What are the, more or less you explain like the pains that it were in the Spanish market about what you said. There is cheapest products, expensive products, but it was not the middle, right? With this kind of material. Explain us why.
The decision to focus on solid furniture was because of several reasons. The first one is my strong belief is that now sustainable, durable furniture will be in trend. So it's just a good business opportunity to embrace this trend, because people in developed countries like you, they are moving away from cheap, unsustainable materials that you buy once a year and then throw it away and then buy one. So I don't think this kind of furniture will be so popular. The sustainable materials will prevail in the future. The second reason is that we have found really good producers. And we established a really good relations with them. So we could trust them, they could trust us, and we can make a good business together. And another point, that my personal affection to, real wood as a material. So I really like authenticity of the wood, how it looks. It really gives your home, some specific sense of naturality. I really like it. So that's the personal reasons, and business, of course, also.
No, but it's clear what you said about, okay, there is a gap in the Spanish market. We understand the tendencies that we want like modern minimalist products with good materials, that it will be for a long time ago. And once you have this thesis, you implement it, right? That is the main thing that you explained to us based on the context of the Roble Store. As well, you talk about the showrooms, because it's not likely. Then the point here of the showrooms, what are the main idea to open a showroom in Barcelona or in Madrid, etc., in this sector?
The furniture business actually is not a good fit for e-commerce, really, because furniture is something that you would like to see, you would like to touch, you would like to fit. It's really good. It's really difficult to buy the furniture if you didn't see it before. So, and this interface, when you sit at the computer and look at the pictures, it does not gives you correct vision of what product is. So we established this showroom in Madrid and Barcelona just for our customers to come and to see, to get as much information as possible about how to care about wood, how to show them how to assemble in some cases, to show them the real material. Because on many websites, in the description of the products, for example, you can see that they write wood, but in the end, it's not a wood. It's just MDF or veneer or any kind of material which contains wood, but it's not real wood. What we sell is actual 100% solid wood. So it's a different type of material.
No, and it's the importance here, what you said, that it's so difficult to sell some product that based on price is a little bit or more higher than cheapest product, where when you see the photograph in the e-commerce, it's more or less the same, right? But the quality, you need to explain it, you need to touch it. That is so clear. Okay, nice.
It's just a customer experience. It's a customer experience when he sees your product. That's all about this.
We will talk about, after all the channels that nowadays what is using it as well. We think that this kind of showrooms in Barcelona, Madrid helps as well in the conversion rate in the e-commerce for these locations. As you said, the people I can discover, for example, a desk in Instagram or in Google Shopping or whatever. I see that in Madrid there is a showroom. I go to the showroom, I test it, I look at it, I ask questions, whatever, and then I buy it. In the showrooms, I understand that you can buy there, and you are using like a connection between the Shopify and the showrooms, or you are using the POS, right? I remember that you told me.
No. Okay. Currently we do not use Shopify native POS in our showrooms.
Okay.
I think it's a question of time. It's because of technical reasons. We have our enterprise ERP system, and this system, unfortunately, it's based on Odoo. If you know this, it's getting popular in Europe. So it's an enterprise system that allows you to keep account and to keep the stock, to keep warehouse of the products, and to connect with Shopify. But the connection with Shopify is not really well. So, and now the developers are working for us on creating this type of connector that will allow us to use this connection between Odoo and Shopify at the utmost. And I hope when we accomplish it, we'll be able to use POS. But currently we do not use Shopify POS. We just use normal Spanish banks POS.
Buenas, perdona por haberte cortado el podcast y espero que te esté gustando. Este podcast es posible gracias a todo el ecosistema de visibilidad Anton, de la academia y la agencia, donde damos servicios y formación de SEO, Google Ads, analítica, WooCommerce, Shopify para todo el ecosistema e-commerce. Suscríbete a la newsletter para tener todos los recursos nombrados en este podcast y entérate de toda la información del sector sobre el e-commerce cada lunes, escrito por un servidor, Josep W. Feu. Recuerda, visibilidaton.com/newsletter, visibilidaton.com/newsletter. Seguimos con el episodio. Okay, perfect. No, it's true that in Shopify POS, it's working for some clients and we know that they are implementing that, but it's new nowadays. And another thing here is that mainly you have an RP that you are working on it like Odoo, that is an open source systems. Then you connect it with Shopify, but another thing is to connect it with your showrooms, with your TPVs. And this is another technical one. Okay, perfect. Then now, well, we understand that you are the founder. You started this business in 2019 before already for the COVID, what we talk about. How many, well, we are working in the project in SEO and Google Ads as an agency, but how is the structure of the team nowadays?
Currently, we have 14 people on the team. We have two shop assistants who work in showrooms. We have chief operational officer who's handling all the operational issues, questions. Under the operational officer, there are positions of logistics, customer service. These are two main pillars of our success, I think, customer service and logistics. In the furniture business, it's a must. So if you don't do it well, you're 100% bankrupt. And I'm a CEO of the company, so responsible for the strategy for new suppliers, for strategies in marketing. As you know, we work with your colleague Clara now. She's a wonderful person and she really contributes to our company. And we have a small logistics, and we employed a person who will work with Google Ads in our team, 100% in-house person, because all the first campaigns that were created have been created by me. So it was like I was becoming a digital marketer, but I really don't have time now for that. That's why we have to employ another person, and she will be much better than me, I hope.
We hope that, and we will control that everything is going well. But well, this is the truth, right? When you start, you need to understand all the departments and all the operatives that you have in your business. Once you establish like the protocols, how to work, then you can start to delegate in this case the Google Ads daily basis, right? Then, okay, we understand the structure of the team. Let's talk about your context, because before start this project, I understand that you work like in the sector, or what is your context, a professional?
No, actually, I'm an immigrant in Spain.
Okay.
I came from Belarus in 2014 with all my family, my wife and two kids. So we just loved Barcelona and decided to move here. In Belarus, I worked in trade. It was a dairy production. I was a vice director of a big enterprise that was different dairy ingredients, dairy products. So I had some money in my pocket after this career, and I decided to try myself in Europe. So in 2014, as I said, we came here. Then I just didn't do anything. I was enjoying city. I was self-educating myself. It was like, time to think, time to see, the ways how to proceed. And I became interested in electronic commerce, e-com. In 2016, I started to see how Amazon works, what Shopify is, and so on. And fortunately, I was a part of quite interested in Russian-speaking community here with other guys who came from Russia, Belarus, or Ukraine, from all these, ex-USSR countries. So, and we discussed many opportunities to start our own business. And one of my friends, Slava, once told me that, okay, I know a good producer in Ukraine, so they produce really good oak wood furniture. So probably we can start. And I said, why not? Why not? So we went there. It was before the war. So we made the connections with the guys, and the guys were really professional. And from 2018 to 2019, we were developing the first product, like looking for what we can produce, what kind of products. And we started in 2019 with already, some assortment of the products. And it was a guess, of course, because we had like 10 products to start with, and only 3 of them were good sellers. And they helped us to create revenue, to get the traction in the market, and to start this business, actually.
Okay, what I understand is the project or things like a friend of yours that tells you, hey, Anton, why we don't see these manufacturers in Ukraine and check if we could work with them. You have the main idea of the furniture in the Spanish market because you were here since 2014. Okay, and then what I understand is that you don't have the main context of the sector. You are not.
No, absolutely.
You were a noob. You were learning from the manufacturers, right?
Actually, we were learning by our intuition. That was the main source of education, feeling. And actually, we had the experience. We had experience in running the business because I was working like for 15 or even 20 years in trade. I know the basics of the trade. I know how it works. I know how to build a relationship between producer and retailer, and between distribution and producer. So it was really helpful, of course, this kind of experience. But actually, we didn't have business plan. We didn't make lots of research. No, I just saw that, for example, I couldn't buy anywhere in Spain extensible dining round table made of oak wood or solid oak wood. Nowhere, just nowhere. It didn't exist. So in Germany I could, in the Netherlands I could, but here in Spain or even in France it was difficult to buy. So
this is like a typical symptom that it's more common to like an opportunity in the US market, that you see like in Walmart, Amazon, that there is top selling products that it will be trending in Europe 1 or 2 years later. And what I understand about your thesis is, okay, I'm from Belarusia, Northern Europe. I see what are the main furnitures, minimalist, durable products with good wood. And once you come here to Spain, you have time. But you quit from the job, you have time, you see the market, the main opportunities with your colleagues. Once you understand the gap and you see that it would be obvious to have this kind of products. The example that you put right now, I look for this kind of desk with extensible that is circle with good wood, and there was impossible to buy in the Spanish market, Portugal, France, Italy, whatever. Okay, and you know that in the north of Europe was common to buy this kind of, right? And as well, it's true that once you see IKEA or Schlum or Cave Home, the main companies from Spain that you see in Spain, already take these kind of tendencies of Nordic, woods, the stylish, to say like minimalist stylish from Nordic, implemented in their websites. Then I think you see as well the tendency from the south of Europe that take this kind of stylish and then implement, right? The first day that you go to Ukraine to the manufacturers, this is before COVID. Then I think that I imagine that you need to start with some capital to start 10 products, right? How is the first conversation that you have with the manufacturer?
Yes, we had some initial investment, of course. We had 50-50 in this Spanish enterprise, and we invested. It was the first truck, just you ordered the first full truck of the furniture and you receive it here, and some interesting story may happen to you. For example, we rented a warehouse here, first warehouse, and when the furniture arrived, the owner of the warehouse called me and asking, what is this? I said, it's furniture, but it's very heavy. My workers cannot handle it. It's so what should I do? But I told him, okay, but we had an agreement. So warned you that we would deliver, heavy furniture. So, and it was an interesting experience because actually it was a trouble for us because all of a sudden this company decided to get rid of Catalonia. And when we moved there, I saw a just a wonderful warehouse with all the facilities, and we started to work with them, and we work with them by this time. So they are actual suppliers for us for fulfillment and logistics now.
Nice. Well, this is like when you start a business, you found a lot of problems, and the main thing here is to give a solution, right? And this is the reality.
It's like a fairy tale. Each time you see, some new things or some unexpected things may happen, and you have to, find a solution, and you should be fast, and you cannot sleep or you cannot wait, because time is money, and you can lose all this money because your investment is not unlimited.
Of course. Then once you already have the 10 SKUs, the 10 products, how you start selling these ones? In Amazon, or you already have Shopify implemented?
We started on Amazon, and only 2 or 3 products were actually selling good, but they were selling very good. So we could get traction with our revenue, and Amazon, at the first stage of our business, Amazon really helped us. But then when the amount of orders was growing, and it was growing it was growing really good, then we saw that Amazon is terrible, because if there is a complaint from the customer and the customer is not right, actually he's not right, Amazon in any way stands behind the customer, and he never helps a seller. And that was really a bad surprise for us, and we decided to stop selling actively, to stop paying for advertising, to stop new listings, and we decided to switch on our proper website completely.
Talking about that, okay, once you start, you have the product. Amazon, who was working on it? It was you?
Yeah, me.
Okay, then you understand the platform, you study how it works, you started with Amazon PPC, all this kind of stuff in Amazon.
Yes, Amazon.
Okay, then once you put these SKUs, you found that 3 of them work well, selling well. It was like products easy to send, or what are the main characteristics of these products that sells well in Amazon in 2019?
It was a new product. As I mentioned, one of the products, for example, was round extensible dining table. There were not really many of these types of tables on Amazon. Now there are many, because Chinese sellers will always occupy any space very fast. So, but then back then there were no many products of this type, and our model was really good, and it became really popular. So we were selling probably 50 tables per month in the beginning.
Then what I understand is, as you already know how it works Amazon, you understand how to do keyword research for the PPC campaigns, you see that people look for the characteristics of the product that you create, right? So you see that, then nice. Then once you understand like this keyword research in Amazon that is so transactional, you see, okay, people is looking for this kind of product, let's focus on here, right?
Yes, for example, we started to produce these tables in various diameters. So we started with the diameter 1 meter, but then we just widen our assortment to 4 more models with 1 meter 10, 1 meter 20, 1 meter 30. So we gave more selection to the customers. Then actually we visited a lot of exhibitions. So we did not just sit here in Spain and in our offices. No, we were traveling a lot. Each year I visited like 3-4 exhibitions in different countries, mostly in Northern Europe. But we also participated twice in Valencia. It's the biggest exhibition for furniture and home decor here in Spain. So that was also the activity we did, exhibitions.
Okay, let's talk about exhibitions. What you're talking about this kind of, like, what I understand is like here in our sector in e-commerce at a show, for example, what I understand is you go as a brand, and there is some possible customers, like at B2B or B2C possible clients?
We expected when we decided to participate in exhibitions, we expected to penetrate this B2B market.
Okay, like hotels, like contract.
Yes, but it's very difficult here in Spain. It's this market works with local producers, and they have a very strong, very long time relations with local producers, and it's very difficult to penetrate it. And after we have learned it, we decided to concentrate entirely on retail, on our own brand and our own direct B2C.
No, but it's so true that I have experience in one brand that as well sell furniture, desk for like this one, like Eleva. They try to sell to B2B, and what we learn is the B2B comes once in the B2C, in the retail, is known. It's more better to invest in brand, in Instagram ads, in influencers, and talk about your product, the goodness of your product. And then the hotels, the offices, wherever the interior designers will come to you and ask about it in the contact form. And it's so heavily how it works.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100% because
at first we wrong that. First we go to the B2B directly and no one wants to buy us.
No, they wanted to buy us, but they wanted to discount like, I don't know, 60%. And it's absolutely feasible for us, in terms of economy. And we just had to refuse any of the offers. And these, big hotels, big players, they felt like they can play with you, okay, give us this discount and we will buy from you. And that's just not a fair game.
No, it's good. Well, it's how it works. It's the game, right? Okay, then you test like this kind of channel, so say offline channel as well. During this period, let's move to 2020, 2021. Your main manufacturers, what I understand about the story, is that they were in Ukraine.
Yes.
Then, okay, first you have the COVID, and then second one, you have the war of Russia between Ukraine. What happened here about the operation of the company?
Luckily, our manufacturers, our partners in Ukraine, they are located on the territories that are quite far from the war, from the war line. Of course, they're affected by the current conditions in Ukraine, by the war. For example, they have like electricity cuts, especially now due to bombings and to these awful things that happen in there. But they get accustomed, and actually European partners help them with credits, with funding. They have autonomous electricity machines that provide electricity to the factories. And actually they continue to work. And we work with them from the time. But of course, as we were visiting many exhibitions, we made connections with new suppliers. So now we work with companies from Bosnia, with companies from Poland, from Turkey, from Bulgaria. So last 2 years, our strategy was to expand our suppliers network. It was the main objective of our strategy for the last 2 years.
Well, but it's clear to diversify
sources, of course.
Okay. But it's clear that if you only have one supplier, based on once you already have the numbers of the sellings of your products, it's so risky to only have one supplier, because if it could be a war, that it's something that no one wants, but it could happen. And then you're out of market.
Yes, absolutely. And furniture business has a very, high entrance ticket, because if you come to the factory and say, okay, I want to buy a truck, so the average ticket would be starting from 50,000 euros. So it's not like, you buy something for several thousand and then you resell it, and you should have a capital to start it.
Yeah. No, and it's not, for example, the clothes market that you could go here, for example, in Portugal, or here as well in Spain, and a little bit of SKUs. And what I understand here is what you said, right? That you start with 10 products, the 3 of these ones work, and thanks with that, you have the cash to keep investing and keep growing your use. And as well, what you said, it was like a blue ocean because there were not, now today yes, but at the moment it were not other players selling the more or less the same products and the characteristics. And this is something that I learned as well in this kind of sector, in the furniture sector, that is so important to have some differentiate characteristics and define your product. Because, obviously we are working and we are trying to create a brand like lifestyle, whatever, but there is a real go-to-market based on the characteristics of the products. This is why one of the main channels of this project is Google Ads and Google search, but for Google. And now we'll talk about this. But following the story of the project, okay, once you start to diversify your suppliers, how it goes until more or less 2022, 2023, when we start working in
2022, I think.
2022 more or less, because you come with the Shopify that you already have. I think we started working on SEO. I think so.
Yes. Okay. We just redesigned our website, and one girl who was working with us on redesign, she recommended me you.
Okay, yeah, it's true. And then this is once you already all your go-to-market until 2002 was, and what I understand is were at Amazon and Google Ads, right? Or you already opened the showrooms?
In 2020, when we saw that the sales are growing and growing fast, we decided to open our first showroom in Barcelona. We opened it in General Mitre, so it was a small one, a small for furniture showroom. It was a joke. It was 50 meters. So we just put some table there and some, I don't know, benches, one chest of drawer, and people were coming and they were like feeling they're not in the furniture shop, but in some, small Indian shop where you can buy bebidas, comidas.
Yeah.
So then, of course, we saw that people are really coming and they wanted to see more products. And luckily, we had a very good offer from Avenida Diagonal, where we now. And we concluded the contract on a very good terms because it was a time of COVID and the prices were down. And we managed to get, I think, a very good price. And the contract was for 10 years. So we can sit, safely till 2030, I think.
Oh, this is the main thing, to be open eyes, or I don't know how is the expression in English, but to stay alert and found these kind of opportunities and be prepared to take it, right? And this is the main thing, what you said. It was COVID. Probably the owner of this local, like the need to rent the main local. You say, and I imagine the conversation, how it worked, and then, hey, I can do that, but blocked until 10 years. And this is a good move.
It was risk from our side, but we really believed that when COVID is over, this showroom will be, a good choice.
Good point, because as you said, the product is crucial to be touched, to be seen, to explain how it works. As well, I see it in a lot of companies sell furniture, that it increased a lot, the conversion rate of the campaigns of Google Ads or Meta once we have like a location. And as well, in Google Analytics, you can measure in the Google My Business, the button of visitar tienda or visit the store, right? Yes. Then good point here. Once you already have your first showroom in Barcelona, we start as well working on SEO. And this is why today, after 2 years, more or less, we have good results, but because we start so earlier with the Shopify. Okay, let's start to talk about this last year to 2024, 2025, how it went, and what are the main previsions for the project.
Mm-hmm. In 2023, we opened another showroom in Madrid. So we had like 2 showrooms in 2, I think, the best locations for this kind of business in Spain. And 2024 was a really good year for us. We grew like almost 50% to the year 2023. And actually, as I learned recently, we were elected like in the list of Financial Times 1,000 companies that are growing organically.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that. You have the link of that?
Yes, we were elected in this list, and we are at
Nice.
the position 253 or something like this.
Oh, wow. Nice.
In the e-commerce sector, there are 57 companies, and we are the 15th. But
wow.
the methodology of this ranking is that only those companies that are organically growing present there. We do not receive no, startup funding, no this kind of.
I know this listing, but it's true that this like financial listing, there is a lot of software as well, but it's true that there is like a column that it seems like category and it's e-commerce.
Yes, and we in the e-commerce category. Yeah.
Nice. Well done. Good job. Keep going. This is the main point. This is only ego, you know that. Please don't pay them.
Part of this success too, because we are working together.
Yes,
Thank you.
Then, okay, the 50% of growth in 2024. To summarize, until this year, for all this progress that we have, what I understand, talking about the history of Roble Store and your history is, okay, we have found a gap in the market. We do it. We go to the manufacturers, with the suppliers, we try with 10 products. We fail in 7, 3 ones were the top selling products. We listen our customers with our clients. We what you talk about, like the diameter, the different types of the main product.
Variations, product variations.
Of the product, you improve it. This is so clear. What I analyze, different kind of e-commerce, digital native e-commerce. What I see is SKUs, what you talk about, we increase because each year by year you increase like the desk that you have, the chairs, all the stuff, the furniture that we sell. Then the markets as well. We are already in Shopify. We have the France market that we focused on SEO last year. Well, we have all the markets with the subdomain. And as well, you talk about the showroom as opening in Madrid, right? Then this is about product and channels, and markets, because you have some idea to open another showroom out of Spain.
Yes. Now we are looking to Valencia. I think that will be our next location. It must be our next location because many of the others come from Valencia. And for us now, it's evident if we open a showroom, it will be always an increase in sales, online sales as well, because it's common for people to come to the showroom to touch, to see, and then come back home and to buy online. It's absolutely common now. That is why Valencia, and then probably we will be using another strategy. So the 3 main cities in Spain, and then we will probably be looking for partners. So we will have our corporate identity, like a brand book, stuff like this, and we would offer our partners using our stock, using our warehouse, and establishing their own shops in the location where they prefer. It's kind of franchise, but it's not franchise completely. We won't be selling this, franchise. We just need partners. Like it's kind of B2B.
Okay, interesting. But I understand the main thesis, that is one that you want to if you are seeing that the main orders that you have are in Valencia, it's so clear that it's if you open a showroom there, it will increase the conversion rate, right? Because you already know that there is a market there.
Yes.
Nice.
Actually, I learned this concept of blended rows from you.
Okay, good point.
Blended rows. When you don't only look at the figures in Google Ads, for example, but you realize that a real rows is actually hidden in your revenue, because people buying from showrooms, you cannot say that you cannot account these people, the purchases of these people in the rows you see on Google Ads. But there is a direct, causality. So if a person sees you, comes to your shop and buys a product, that may be attributed to your investment in Google Ads as well. So we're using the...
No, but it's so clear what you're talking about. This concept of ROAS blended, before we have the concept mode here in Europe, as we talk about this it's true that we have like a meeting where we talk with Clara as well as with Pera, that it was like a decrease about the conversion rate in our analytics. And this is what we see in a lot of projects, that they see that the conversion rate is going down, but maybe the analytics were badly implemented because the conversion tag was double, for example, and we see that. For example, as well, is what we see, what we already talked about, right? That Google implement the cookies content mode, we lose a lot of data, and then as well the conversion rate decrease. And this is why we start to explain to all the clients about this concept. The main thing here is, what are the main budget that you have in marketing? We already have the data for all the years based on our investments. Then we know that we will grow if we have new good products based on listen our clients and understand the tendencies that we see. We will grow if we improve the go-to-market in the other markets, but other markets could be other cities as well. But you talk about Barcelona, Madrid, Valencia, and these are main locations that we will increase our brand identity, our brand awareness, whatever. And as well, open new Shopify with different language to go with Google Ads, with SEO to these markets. And finally, not less important, here there is like a leverage, right? Because you are having some clients that already talk about these products are nice, you have good reviews, customer service about what you said, because if you don't have good customer service here, you will be dead in 3 or 4 months. And this is the main thing here. And this is all these components that impact. Yeah. And the main thing here is that if you have good impacts to your client or possible potential client, it will be improve all the ecosystem. The bad thing here is once you see that your Google Ads campaign for any reasons don't apply a good conversion rate or conversion tag, whatever, you say, oh no, I have less conversion, let's move out. Once you see your analytics, that's what we talk with you, that the main channel that give you new possible clients is Google Ads. And this is the main problem, to take an action based on a data that is not realistic, right? Then I think this point is so important of this kind of products that is not impulsive buying, right?
So decision time might take up to 3 months. We had customers that decided to purchase for like half a year. So they came for the first quotation in the showroom. So you make a quotation presupuesto for them, and they order, I don't know, for 300, and you're like, okay, it's a good deal. But then they disappear, and after 6 months they appear and saying, okay, I will buy from you. They buy less probably, but they still come back. So the decision taking time may take, centuries.
And this is so important to put it in context. And this is why as well, understand the budget that you have in your marketing and as well how much you want to grow, because it's not the same you have the 10% of your P&L that the 20% or whatever. Then if you want to be more aggressive, it will be it will be clear to put the 20% of your budget in the marketing, right?
Actually,
sorry.
I would like to add about our approach. So our approach is simple here. Like 10 to 12% of our revenue goes to marketing.
And this is the point. Because once you have established this, I like a lot this kind of approach, because if you want to, for example, to take an income of 1 million, you know that you have 100 in English, 100 euros to implement in your channels. For example, Google Ads, Meta, TikTok, whatever. And then you can test and fail faster. Then you know that you need this money. And this is the first question that some of our possible clients here in the agency, the first question that I said is, okay, what are the main income that you want to grow, right? And then I stand the reverse. Okay, then if you want to go there, you need this money to put it. And not because it will be the path, it's because we could understand what it works and what not works. And what it works, we will start optimizing. And this is what we do with you, right? With SEO and all the stuff. Nice.
Yeah,
nice, good point.
Actually, you had I think, in my opinion, you had a very, well-established methodology that is easily implemented, and that is, it is consistent. What is very important that it's consistent. So you work each day, you do the stuff, and then you see the results. It's not like you do something magic, okay, and it starts to sell. No, it never works like this. You should invest efforts, you should be consistent, you should invest capital, and then you will see the output.
100%. Then if we have like what are the main future of Roble Store, seeing that 5 years from now, what would you like to see? Where would you like to see Roble Store?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, that's my dream, but it's my vision, I would say. I see Roble Store as a really international company. You know, it's a distribution company, modern, with, really good web, with really nice UX, UE, selling in all European countries, high quality, really good furniture, and in the segment of affordable luxury. So we are not at the top and we are not at the bottom. We're somewhere where, an average citizen can go and just can make a purchase of a real good piece of furniture.
This is one of the big tendencies that we are seeing as well in some of our clients, like minimalist brand, that they give like affordable luxury clothes with you as well, with the furniture. And this is like a tendency that we are seeing in some of the countries of Europe, that there is some digital native brands that are selling good products direct to consumer with this kind of position in the market. No fast fashion products that broke in town, no luxury products that there is a lot of brand. And in the middle, good product with a brand that is so transparent, so clear about the product. And I think that as well, this can appear thanks to the new channels of communication. You know that with Instagram, you can put your face and say and explain how is the product and go to the manufacturer and explain how it works, right? There is no like celebrities and all this kind of stuff that you need to put it in the price. And this is one of the things that is so interesting. This is a huge tendency that we see nowadays in Europe. Nice. Then, okay, let's start. We have more or less 1 hour of podcast. I think for you it's being great. Then let's talk about the go-to-market. We talk about Google Ads, we talk about SEO, Amazon. Okay, it's clear the path of the growth of the project. And then one of the main things that I see in other projects is if it works, in this case in Roble Store, use influencers. That with Clara, I know that you talk about it. And what is your experience about influencers and how you are working on it?
The experience with influencers was nothing really. I don't know why. So we tried like 3 times, and these were the guys from Instagram. So they had many thousands of subscribers, and they make a publicity of our products. They showed them in their environment, in their houses, but it was nothing. Probably, Instagram is not this channel that is for us, because in Instagram sometimes you can see a very beautiful interior full of furniture, so you're very inspired. Okay, I would like to buy, but when you buy it and you receive it, you see that it's different from what you see in Instagram. It's really different, and probably to these false promises to the customers. It's not our approach. You see the product how it is. So if you have very high expectations, and then you receive just an ordinary thing made in China, but just looking like something modern, then you got upset normally.
Yeah,
we try to convey, a natural look, the look that it really looks, how it looks in the room, for example, how it looks with some other furniture. That's it. Just probably it's a modest approach, probably, but I think it's very important for the people not to be upset.
Well, 100%. This is one of the main things, the main problem that have the industry right now. But what you said, that cheapest products, that it seems like so great in Instagram or Pinterest or whatever. Once you buy, Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. You see it in Pinterest and you see that it's cool, but once you receive it at home, you have a sheet of product, right? Then one of the things that I learned in this project is what I already said about the characteristic, right? There is a lot of people in Spain market that is looking for the type of desk, mesa de madera de roble. And we have huge long tail here. And this is one of the main channels that we obtain this first impact, because it's like a demand that want this characteristic of the product that they want to buy, and they discover Roble Store. And here, what I understand is nowadays you are doing remarketing for this first impact of this kind of potential clients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how it works. Yeah, how you do it.
Normally we have remarketing I think in Google Ads. We have, first of all, if I can elaborate on the structure of our Google Ads, so to be more clear in the context. So we have a very simple structure. As I said, I was the initial developer of the old Google Ads account, so it was nothing special. So we have like PMX, Performance Max campaign for each country, and that's it. I think we have a very, very nice set of media because we regularly make shootings, photos, images of our furniture, and assets that we have in Google Ads and Performance Max are really, they're unique. So it's not like an asset you get from artificial intelligence of the Google or stuff like this. So it's really a proprietary, unique photos. So you just make a remarketing. You make a remarketing as a goal for an asset group, and this asset group shows to the people who already visited your site or who probably left the unpaid order in the cart, or I don't know, who clicked on the advertising. So just a simple remarketing.
This is so important, and it seems that simple, but I see a lot of PMAX campaigns that have their main audience of remarketing, but they don't exclude the people that already buy. And this is something like it's simple.
No, actually, you have an option of including customer match list. So
Yes.
when you upload this list, Google check it, and it has a list of all these visitors who already bought from you.
Yeah,
and
this is so core. Yeah, because if you already paid, a desk or whatever, it's normal that you wouldn't buy another one for a little bit of period, right? And this is one of the main things that what I check one time before, like doing a proposal, I check with the main campaigns. Is this point, right? That in the remarketing assets in the PMAX, there is like an audience that exclude all the people that already buy, or in the last 13, or it depends on the sector, right? But one month minimum. Yeah, this is so important. Then I understand that what you said, you have different PMAX for each country, you put all the assets. The main thing here is that, like, the photograph, and this is a good point, because you know that there is in this sector as well, there is a lot of drop shipping ecosystem, that all the e-commerce have the same product, have the same photographs. They asked me today why it doesn't work, and what I said is because you have the same product that pays Google. But
it's very important.
But this is the main thing. Sometimes a lot of people that do drop shipping about this kind of catalogs, is the main thing here. SEO Google Ads is not what I say in Spanish, la fea. If you have the same catalog of 100 people, it's so difficult to sell. So difficult. Yeah. And this explanation that you give us about, we have, it's nowadays it's possible that some Chinese manufacturer copy the model as well, but you will have different kind of approach of the photograph. We will the explanation as well. Once you enter in the website, you see the reviews, the characteristics of the product, blah, blah. And I think this is so important. Okay, then, we talk about Google. We talk Google Ads, SEO. SEO, we already have the case in the website in Anton. Then if someone wants to understand more or less what we do, there is. What about the reviews? Because you already talked about the showrooms to understand the product. But first question, if for you it's important, the reviews, and how you work it.
Reviews are very important. Reviews, the main boost for any success. Because now I don't remember where I saw these statistics, but more than 70% people, they check for reviews when they buy online. So it's not possible to run e-commerce business now without reviews. We have an integration with Judge Me on our website. It's a platform for reviews. And we also have, I think, shop reviews in Google Maps. So you can see how customers rate the interactions in our showrooms. But, in this kind of business, it's very difficult to be objective in terms of, for example, the majority of all bad reviews that we receive, and we receive bad reviews, there is no way without bad reviews, come from the logistics, the last mile logistic. So that's a moment when the order leaves our warehouse and goes to the customer. So this kind of logistics is done by specialized companies. So we have contracts with companies. And unfortunately, their work ethics, their attitude could be better, because if you check for their reviews in the web, you will see that their reviews like 1 star. So all these companies, all these last mile companies, they're really bad now. So I think that's another 1 million business if somebody will establish a company that could provide the last mile logistics at reasonable amount of money and in a good quality, because now the situation is really awful. So many products that are lost, or for example the product consists of 3 boxes and 1 box is lost, and then the customer, he does not distinguish logistics. He just, okay, that's a bad company. So we did everything right till the moment the good was handled to the logistics company, and then they spoiled everything. And we received this kind of reviews as well. So you check our online, for example, you will see that we have only 5, mostly 5 stars or 1 star. So, and on average, like now we have 4.4 in Barcelona and 4.2 in Madrid.
But 2 things here. The first thing is, I think it's so important to have like software like Judge Me, Trusted Shop, whatever, automatic, that once you sell the product, automatically you send an email, hey, how it goes. And this is core to increase the reviews in the website for you, as well as the owner or CEO or chief operations of the logistics of the company, see how it goes, everything, because it's like the temperature of everything is going well. And another point here is that for a client that don't know you and you are like a brand from 5, 6, 7 years ago, they compare you for other brands like IKEA or here in Spain, Cave Home or whatever. Then I think it's so important. The 2 things here, like the reviews in the Google My Business, and as well that you have showrooms in Barcelona, Madrid, and probably in Valencia. It is, or as we already talked about all the podcasts. And thanks to that, have this point of, okay, these people are real. It is not like a scammy e-commerce that will steal my money, right? And this is so important. And the second one is based on SEO. For us in SEO, to have a review in a product, it helps a lot because it's new HTML. Google knows that this is like a user-generated content, and helps a lot the EAT, that we talk about a lot about this, to the trust of the main e-commerce. Then, we know that logistics here is a pain in the ass. Probably we hope that in Europe it's a gap here for a new company. And this happens as well in freezing logistics. If you want to sell something freeze, it's so difficult as well.
But like fish, yes, this kind of products.
Yeah, it is a huge problem here in Spain. There is only 2 or 3 providers, and it's not very good. Nice.
Good opportunity.
Yes, sorry?
Good opportunities for business in this sector, I think, because the competition is not so high and the demand is really high. Yeah. Well, and this is one of the main reasons IKEA works so well, the business model, right? Because you go there with your car and you put it, and this is the main thing. And as well, for example, here in Girona, we don't have IKEA. We have like puntos de recogida, points where you can go there. There is no showroom. There is nothing. It's only like in the middle of the city. You buy it online and then you go there and you pick it up, right? Yes.
This could be interesting for this kind of product, sell it online. that you can go there and the last mile in Girona, I will say it in Spanish, right? The capitales de municipio, okay, like Girona, Tarragona, Lleida, where we don't have this kind of for this kind of sector would be interesting. I don't know if there is something similar
Yes,
this.
We have local delivery in Barcelona showroom, so you don't have to pay anything. So it's just free of charge, absolutely. Our own transport deliver from warehouse to our showroom, and if a person online checks local delivery, checks the box local delivery.
Shopify, right? Once you go to the checkout,
we integrated in Shopify, and it works very well. So we have like 40% of purchases in Barcelona, especially in the segment of tables.
And nice. With that, you will improve.
Like 2 years ago, yes.
Nice. But the question here is, there is no like a company with no brand that is focused on this. For example, to have, Punto de here in Girona, for all the companies that for like you.
You mean specialized company for furniture products, like for heavy products. Yeah, that can offer them.
Okay. Interesting point here. Nice. Then we talk about the reviews. We talk about Google, we talk about Instagram, whatever, all the media, as well the marketplaces. Nowadays, you are working with Leroy Merlin or other Maison du Monde, or only you start with Amazon?
No, actually, we decided not to work closely with marketplaces. We want to develop our brands absolutely independently. And I think marketplaces might be good, at least in our industry, at the first stages when you need, turnover. So it might be good. But in general, I would not recommend going to marketplaces in the furniture.
And as well about the logistics, what you already talked about.
That's because of logistics. I would better spend my own efforts, spend my own time in developing brand and than to delegate this task to some people on marketplaces or whatever.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, point.
But I should say that it's always an option to present in these marketplaces. Like now in Amazon, we have 3 or 4 models which are sold there, and we have a brand which is Nordic Story. It's one of the brands under the Roble Store, and we have 3 or 4 products that are sold there. And sometimes people find us on Amazon and they see Nordic Story, they Google it and go directly to our web store. So that really helps sometimes.
It could be interesting to understand what are the main easy products to sell in Amazon related with the products that we have in Roble Store. Put it there, products easy to send.
Yes.
And Maison du Monde, Amazon, Leroy Merlin, to start obtaining this kind of clients to know the brand, and obviously with margins. This is the main thing, right? But yeah, it's interesting to understand how it works, the marketplace, and use it for your own benefit, and to increase the awareness of the brand. Because it's true that there are some clients that only buy online with Amazon or brands like Leroy Merlin or Corte Inglés, etc. One of the tendencies that we are seeing as well is like marketplace like El Corte Inglés. The brand of El Corte Inglés that put your product there is good as well for the authority. Then interesting as well, this channel. Right, perfect. Then saying that, I think that we take a lot of the point of the go-to-market of Roble Store. If someone else has some questions about it, they can find you in LinkedIn or whatever and asking to you. Then let's talk about your daily basis, the inspiration, the motivation. Where do you find where do you learn about Google Ads, Amazon? How you do it?
I mean, actually, when I was studying Google Ads, I used Twitter. I used some, some mails, websites of independent freelancers, with some tips, with some, useful information where you can see nuances of campaigns and so on. I used YouTube to watch videos and so on. That was, I think, the main sources of information, like everywhere, I think, for Twitter, YouTube. Yes.
Yeah, this is one of the main points here to find.
Now you have ChatGPT. Now you have ChatGPT. It's another story now. So you live in another world. You can ask. You can sit and talk to ChatGPT and ask any questions, and you get very, very interesting answers. So not everything is, of course, not everything is right now in GTP, but at least you can get the idea, or you can get a concept, or you can get understanding. So it's really, really helpful. I would advise everybody to use it, especially those who work in these industries of SEO or Google Ads. It's just necessary.
100%. For us nowadays, we use a lot ChatGPT for programming because, as you know, SEO, we have the content part, and as well we use it create content for the collections in the case of the Roble Store. In the technical part, we could go faster. We don't need like a programmer to help us to implement a meta file, or if we want to put like a no index or whatever. And as well, we combine with search in Google, sometimes with a tutorial in YouTube, so some freelance or some consultants have already done that in video. But it's true that it's so fast to find different ways to find the main solution of your problem, right? Then
So GPT, it improves your productivity, really.
And as well, it improves so fast. ChatGPT, month by month, it increases the uses. Now you can talk with the ChatGPT. Well, it's perfect. It's perfect to keep improving and know more things, right? Perfect. Then what are the main? With that, we will finish the main podcast. What are the main e-commerce that you like and you will recommend to check it out to have some good ideas about UX, SEO, ads, email marketing, whatever?
First of all, I think there is a Polish company in Poland, so they're in the furniture business as well. And I really like their website, which is called Tylko, TYLKO.com. They sell like a modular furniture, and I think the design, the UX, the UE they have is really good.
Nice. And how you find this brand, Tylko?
Just help me.
Really nice. Yeah. I know, but it's interesting to understand armarios, Vittorio, and it's from Polish market.
Yeah, they're selling all over Europe as well. They're international. Absolutely, that yes. But what I like about them is web design and UX. Also, of course, IKEA has a wonderful website in terms of, for example, product pages. IKEA is really good. It shows variations. It descriptions, everything in coherent and in a very understandable way. So I really admire this website.
Yeah.
And also I think another furniture web store in Northern Europe with really good web design is Skagerrak. It's Swedish. I can send you.
If you want to put it in the comments.
Skagerrak.
Okay, yeah, I found it. I scanned for it. Yeah, I found it. Okay, I put the domain in the as well in the newsletter. And we have Tylko, IKEA, and Scandinavian Furniture, and good design. And we will put here like an example to check it out. Thank you. You put it in the comments. Perfect. And I will put here as well to put it in the newsletter. Perfect, Anton. Then thank you for want to come in here to the podcast to explain your story and the main project. For us, in my case, and as well Sandra and Gio that works in the project, we are so grateful because it's a project that everyone wants to grow as professionals. We are seeing the results. For us as a SEO consultant, it's the best thing that we could have, that you want to implement something and we have the resources to do it. And this is why we have the main results here, right? Then thank you for coming to the podcast. I hope that for our Spanish audience, with my English, everyone understands the main idea of the whole point that we touch. I hope so. Yeah. I don't know if if there is something that we left or everything is okay that we touched.
No, everything was just fine. Thank you for your questions and for the time that you dedicated to this podcast. And personally, I would like to add that I'm really, such a professional as your company, and I hope for our fruitful cooperation in many years to come. Thank you, Giuseppe.
Yeah, we have our mission clear, that is to help e-commerce to rank in Google, and this is only what we do, and we are trying to be the best ones. Then, well, thank you, Anton, for coming. What are the main lessons that you obtain for all this career that you have nowadays in the e-commerce? You open showrooms, you need to delegate the main protocols of the operative of the daily basis. And one of the main lessons that you would like to share with the audience?
Main lessons, my experience, it's difficult to say, but what I learned, for example, that LinkedIn, for example, is just a great tool, really great tool for hiring people. And I remember our first experience, we wanted to hire a B2B manager, and we addressed this issue to the recruiting company, and we received some list. We paid a huge amount of money, I don't know, 8,000 euro, I don't remember, something like this. And the experience was so. And then I decided to do it myself. So I started to get information. I started to advertise on LinkedIn about the positions in the company. And it brought very good candidates to us. And like all the logistics team, all the customer service team now, they're from LinkedIn, where we found them.
Nice.
And I really appreciate this channel. So
it's true that the company can grow based on the team that we have, and LinkedIn is a very good tool. First thing, to explain to the talent what you are doing and what you are trying to do and to go, and as well in the professional area to find this talent easy and understand what they already do in other companies.
Yeah.
In agency as well is one of the main core business core things to do, that I do it directly, because the first thing is the attitude, that you only can see talking with a person and your experience, and then it's through the aptitudes, right? If they know X, A, Y, whatever, but it's core. And then good point here, LinkedIn as a tool to find the talent.
Yeah, it's a really good tool. Okay. Another point is more personal, I think, because I used to be like a person that really wanted, quick results, and this kind of business taught me the patience. So because if you're in software business or somewhere in startup business, of course you can get a growth like this. One day you wake up and see your application or whatever is growing and you're up and running. But in the product business, mostly in all the products business, you need to have time and you need to have patience and you need to have faith in your product. It's not like if it doesn't sell well now, but you believe it and you see the potential and you see that the market accepts it, just take your time, be patient, and have a strategy. What's most important is to have a strategy or your vision, how you want to grow, how you want to sell, and which market do you want to go. So, and then I think you will get a success.
Yeah, well, this is the main thing. What we talk about, the constancy of doing things well, and understand that these kind of projects are for long-term projects, because it's not easy. It's impossible to build a brand in 1 year or 2 years. It's not easy as that, because you need to have clients that recommend you, blah 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 blah, and then you can grow organically from that. Very good 2 points, Anton. Thank you for sharing. And then for our audience, I hope that they understand all the main history, Anton. In my case, well, it's well to try to do podcasts in English, because this is the main reason to keep practicing. Yeah, thank you for listening to us, and hope that you like it, and we will see you in the next podcast. Nos vemos en el siguiente. Un abrazo. Chao.
Ok, un abrazo. Chao.